It's going to be my everyday carry. I'm a industrial maintenance mechanic or industrial maintenance technician at a feed mill. So these tools live in my pockets all day, every day, or at least when I'm at work. Klein 601, 601, just a 1/4 inch flat blade, square shank, comes in handy for prying. This is a mill that was originally built in 1903, so a lot of the fasteners on some of the electrical junction boxes, buckets, electrical buckets, fuse panels and whatnot are all flathead. So this comes in handy quite a bit. Milwaukee flashlight. This just takes 3 AAAs, and I've had this thing for 3 or 4 years. It comes in handy. I don't have it in my back pocket all the time, but if I'm just kind of scooting around the mill and maybe don't have everything in my pockets or my other light's charging, this goes in my back pocket. I've had it submerged in water a couple times and just keeps on bucking. I've got this icon light from, actually I believe it's made by Maxion. Fantastic work light. It is more of a flood pattern on all of the 3 light functions. However, it does have such a bright flood that it does have a good bit of distance that it pushes out. The only issue with these icon lights is this button right here. It starts getting sticky or stops working or works intermittently very frequently. This is probably my 2nd light or 3rd light. And I have 2 more of these floating around that I keep in my truck, or I keep in just as a backup in my electrical bag, and the buttons always start going bad. I don't know if that's due to the amount of dust floating around in the air where I work, or if that's an actual issue with the buttons, but I need to get this warranted. I did buy the extended warranty for it, so should be no issue swapping that out. Got the Klein 11-in-1 impact. This is a relatively new tool from Klein. It's very handy. The only thing I don't like about it, there's 2 things. There's no magnet in the nut driver, and I know that's probably impossible to design into this tool while also maintaining the same form factor. So if you're working overhead with this, either in an impact or even by hand, and you've got a little zip screw in there, they do have a tendency to fall out. I do generally prefer using the Malco bits in my impact, but it's just nice and handy being able to chuck in a 5/16 or a 3/8 nut driver, 1/4 inch nut driver into the impact in case I didn't bring them with me if I'm fixing something. Okay, so next, everybody's seen these Nypex 7 1/4 inch water pump pliers. We do have a 100 horsepower steam boiler, so there are a lot of steam pipes and valve stems that need to be tightened up quite frequently. These are also great for working on air lines, just 1/4 inch hose lines or whatever, 3/8 air lines. Super handy little pliers. They're great for sheet metal as well. I use these quite frequently for tuning up our dust pans. Guys will just chuck dust pans around, or you know how it goes. You're working and they get dinged up, or you're rolling a trash can around with the dust pan hanging on the side of it and it gets dinged up. So these are awesome for getting that leading edge of the dust pan flattened back out. General sheet metal work, bending things. I really enjoy keeping these in my pocket because they come in handy. And they come in handy actually more so than the 7 1/4 inch Nypex water pump pliers. These are fantastic. I've been using Cobras for probably 4 or 5 years now, and I won't ever be carrying a like a channel lock anymore. These are so nice. They grip so strong. I do like the button adjustment. That's sort of a personal preference thing, but sometimes I don't carry these all the time. They occasionally will just I'll throw them in a tool bag or something, because these usually have to sit in my back pocket, whereas these items can fit in my side pockets in my pants. Last pair of pliers I keep in my pockets are the Snap-on LN47 ACFs. These are relatively new to me. I've had them for probably 6 months now. They're very handy. The needle nose function is nice for digging stuff out of crevices, and the adjustable joint is useful for getting on lock rings inside of junction boxes if they're in a tight spot, or just bending things, squeezing things together, grabbing odd-sized pieces of metal for whatever purpose. I do enjoy these. I'm glad I spent the money on them. Walkie ink saw. And then finally, a glove clip and a pair of gloves. Glove clip is nice for keeping track of the gloves, of course. Work provides these, so you know, it's just nice to not leave them laying around in case another guy grabs them. I usually have my name on them though. But if I have my gloves on most of the time during the day, because we have crud on everything, everything's dirty, everything's full of dust or muck. But what I usually do is I clip a rag on this guy and keep it on my hip, right? Just a nice way to carry a dust rag around without putting it in the back pocket and getting my back pocket filthy. So that's my everyday pocket carry. All of these tools here fit in my side pockets, and then these two will ride in my back pocket occasionally. The Cobra's more often than the flashlight. Thanks for watching.